Buff Nation, what is going on? Hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful evening. I am here with my good friend Colin Moore of Life in Football. I mean, if y'all aren't subscribed to Life in Football, please go ahead and do it. Link is in the description. I want to give a welcome to P. Holland as well in here. Yeah, y'all join the chat. This is going to be fun. We'll try and take some of your questions here at the end when we wrap up around 7:30. And smash that like. Colin, how are you doing tonight, man? How are you feeling coming off this big time Buffs victory?
Good, man. Like, actually real good. But I need to know how this bye week gonna turn out. That's what I'm worried about. How the bye week gonna turn out. If the bye week will lead us into a K-State game, or the bye week, we on a whole different level and a whole different mindset, and we finna come out and do our thing. That's where I'm at the moment.
Well, man, I sure hope so. Let's get right into this, man, because you brought up something one of the last times that we talked that I think was a really interesting insight about how maybe they were kind of changing up some things, preparing for UCF, going on the road. We hadn't had that dominant road victory yet. Well, outside of Colorado State, but you know what I'm saying. It's a different level, playing at the P4. And I think that changing some things up, we found what works for us now on the road. I mean, I feel like now 2 straight performances where we've gone in to Orlando as well as Tucson, played very well. Now I wonder, hey, we got off to that fast start at finally like one of those really late kickoff times. So maybe we switched up how we were preparing. And I think Coach Prime might have talked about that. My hope is that they find what works for them on the bye week this time, because we got out to a sluggish start against KSU, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I ain't like it, man. K-State, when we came out, I didn't know who that team was. Even though we fought to the end, it still wasn't us. Now, what we have done new, and it's the new, as if I was in the ATL movie. Listen, they came out and we ran the ball 22 times with one running back. When I saw that, I'm like, dog, that boy out there toting that thing. So now it's like everybody see it. Bro, run the ball. And we changed the dynamic of the game because you got an elite quarterback whose accuracy anywhere from 14 to 20 passes seem like he be on the money. Bum, 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 bum. Just hand it off. Bam, 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 bam. Now they got to deal with that running back. Now the defense like, coach, you got us in pass protection, man, or pass, and this man running the ball down our throat. So now it's looking a little different. Now they looking like, was that 22 attempts because it was Cincinnati, or is 22 the new norm? I hope it's the new norm. I really do. I really hope it's the new norm.
Yeah, because I think what's great is that I still don't feel like we've played our best football yet, which is pretty exciting. I mean, we've had some wonderful performances, and I think like coming into the preseason, looking at the schedule, I think most of us would agree that it's like we need to be playing our best football here, during this last stretch. And good football teams, it's not about how you play at the beginning of September. It's about how you're finishing the season in November, in the NFL in December, right? And I think that this bye week can be crucial in helping us, reach our hit our pinnacle at the right time.
Right. I'm with you on that, man. We right on the money. We just got to keep rolling.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And man, I gotta say too, going into the Cincinnati game, it was just a beautiful thing. Second game in a row, Colin, where we've had more runs than we have had, pass attempts. That was great. What did you think of the offense, man, in this game, man? What were some things that you really liked, that you feel like helped Colorado get off to that fast start?
I like that AI was running it, but it's like when he running it, I be wanting him to, man, and they come up out of there. but we could never get one to just really get going. And I said, man, I don't know what it is. He was doing his thing. He did his thing, but I just wanted to just and then come up out of there, gone, and then make it where not the defense like, oh my goodness, like hey. But as far as the game, man, I told you like the last time the way I look at games now be so different. It's just like, all right, first drive, let's go down and score if we got the ball. All right, boom, 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 get some carries in. Throw it, get some carries in, throw it. All right, bam. I want it to look smooth and good. All right, on defense, shut them down. That's what I be looking for now. Like, that's all I'm locked into. And it's like, I don't even be cheering or hollering no more. I just be looking like, okay, all right, good. Good. All right, nice. Okay, yeah. And then, all right, let's get in the end zone. Because we scored like 3 straight times.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, dog. So now it's like, okay, now I'm in that mindset of I'm starting to think as of today, it hit me like, I don't know if somebody said to me on live or what, but I said to myself, man, what if we dominate so good that they actually allow us to get into the playoffs, regardless of us making it to the Big 12 championship or not? What if we just out there shutting it down? Like, let's say we goose egg 2 of the next few games, or keep them at 7 and they look dominant. And Shedeur just pump, Trap just pump, LeJohntay, Will, Jimmy, AI, DH, Charlie, Mike, all of them. It's just looking good. And defense just shutting everything down. I'm like, what if we look like that we really demand that we supposed to be in that playoff game? That's what I want.
Man, that's funny. This was like really the first time I actually had that thought this afternoon about, because you see like the percentages and whatever, like the likelihood of, Iowa State or BYU dropping games and Kansas State drop, whatever. But it's like, what could we do if we're going to finish 10-2? What would it take for us to sneak in there, as that last, one of those last spots? And I think you bring up a good point, man. If we are able to just dominate, if we are able to put on a show, if we are able to inflict our will, and we put out some of those scores, kind of like what Jackson State was doing a couple years back with Coach Prime. Maybe that might get it done, man. Maybe that might get it done because again, we'll have to see where these other teams finish at, like outside of the Big 12. But you wouldn't be able to deny the viewership that would happen and the show that it would be. And the college football playoff definitely takes that into consideration, even if they don't admit it.
I feel like they scared of Coach Prime. That's the only thing that make me throw me off on it. Like, we could get it if we doing what we do, but at the same time, they could say, we're not putting Prime them in. If they don't win the Big 12 championship, we're not putting them in. No. I don't care. I don't care what you say. Everybody, we're voting against that, correct? Everybody in favor of not letting him in, because he might win it all. So that's the only thing about it. Like, will they allow us? Because we seen it live action. They said, Florida State, no. Y'all ain't coming into the playoffs. They're undefeated, correct? Yeah. They won a championship. Yeah. Yeah. Still not getting in. So if you see somebody go 13-0 don't get in, man, hey, they can do what they want. So I don't know, man. Just I want us to get in if the cookie don't crumble our way, and I ain't talking about crumble cookie. If it don't go our way because BYU and Iowa State went out, or only one of them lose in case they don't lose, could we still make it? But they put us so far on the rankings down low, like they suppressing that. They like, nah. Hey, Colorado, I don't care that the AP voted y'all in. The coaches poll didn't. You see that? We ain't vote you in. So that's another thing too, man. So I don't know. Polk County was in.
Yeah, it's almost like Florida State. It's like a case study in the opposite direction, which is like,
Yeah,
yes, like they took care of business, even with the injury to Jordan Travis,
right.
but the product was so bad that they were like, man, we cannot put them in this playoff when we got Alabama right there and Texas and all that. Like we just can't. They still would have put Georgia in ahead of
Yeah,
Florida State. I totally believe it, and it's right. It's almost like going back, Colin,
mhm.
to the BCS days
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's like we kind of have to win with some style now, like the style
right.
points, the margin of victory, all that stuff matters. Right now with trying to get one of those last spots, and we'll need a little bit of help, man. Hopefully some things can break in our favor, but I think like this bye week like really does come at a really ideal time. We got some little injuries that we can get healthy for all of that, but I gotta ask you, Colin,
Mhm.
we're 2/3 of the way, I guess, through the football season. Colorado, of course, this 6-2, 20, number 23 in the country with the AP poll. We know Shedeur, Travis, man, these guys are absolutely balling out. Travis Hunter for Heisman, you know how it is.
Yeah.
But who have been some of the unsung heroes, to you on this team? Maybe some guys who are a little underrated that don't always get the spotlight that you've been happy with how they've contributed or they've surprised you, to the level that they've played this year.
I like the fact that DJ McKinney been out there balling. I like the fact that when Carter Stoudemire came in, he balled. I like that Bentley been doing his thing, Hill Green been doing his thing. Sam on the edge been doing his,
Yes.
BJ Green. I like that. Neil came in there and blasted that fourth down play when the quarterback was going for. That's what gave us that touchdown going in the house. So I love that. Then I love that the offensive line, no matter how we've been mixing and matching, man, we've been hanging off in there. So I'm like, man, it almost made me wonder, like, could we have went into this thing differently and beat Nebraska? Could we have went into it differently and beat K-State and be actually undefeated? Like,
Yeah.
dog, it's like, man, you miss out on that opportunity. So it's
Mm.
like, man, that so the players, the defensive guys, all the defensive guys stepping up, whoever out there rotating in on that D line, the O line, whoever doing their thing on the O line, all them guys really been it for me. Like they really been holding it down.
Yeah.
And I know LeJohntay get his love, but he may not get his love like he's supposed to from the whole nation.
Yeah.
LeJohntay is him. LeJohntay be out there, bop, 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 and that number one, that number one, I'm glad he got it. He probably should have had it really since fall camp, but all right, worst case scenario, right at that first bye. But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. I'm glad they out there. And I'm glad that the running backs actually running it. Like
Yes.
it's like no matter who you put off in there, we actually really running it. So I like that. I like that.
Hmm. Yeah, with Lejante, it's still just amazing, man, that uh, he chose to come here because there's probably a lot of other Power Four schools that he could have gone to where he would just be the unquestioned, like
Right.
number one target every single game type of thing. I mean, the dude is a number one wide receiver, and for it just shows like to have a guy like that say yes, like this is the right fit. Like it's not about me making sure I get 100+ receptions and over 1,000 yards or whatever this season. Though it could happen, we still got 4 games left, right? It could
Right. Right.
happen, but saying like there's really an opportunity not only for me to accomplish something special here individually, but also like be a part of a really special team. And credit to him, man, and his brother for coming out here. Like that's been one of the most fun players to watch in a Buffs uniform in quite a while.
Yeah.
I've loved it. And then just let's talk about the running backs and the offensive line because I think they're getting better as the season goes on, which is what you want to see, man. Like I agree with you, man. I think honestly, if we had Kansas State or Nebraska coming up after this bye week in these last 4 games, man, I think we take them down. I think we're a better team than we were week 2 or week 6 or whatever. Like we're getting better every week, and I think it shows with how we played against Cincinnati is that our team is not only embracing, of course, what it takes to run the football, but they're starting to get used to like that level of play or the mentality of what it takes to establish a run game, and we've seen it get better over time. So I really do feel like this last 4 stretch. My hope is that like we continue to see improvement and we see the Buffs play their best football yet.
And the thing is, even I think Shedeur spoke on like, hey, man, we still ain't played our best ball. So if they ain't played it, man, hey, keep dominating. If y'all keep coming out there saying you ain't played your best and we still winning, hey, keep doing it. But I'm wondering, can we see a running back get 25 to 30 carries? I know that's wishful thinking, but nobody expected us to have 22 carries. So what are these last 4 games? We have 100-yard rushing. Like one person getting 100 or 2 people getting 100. Like, I think we're going to have that. Like, he was so close to having 100 that I'm like, man, God, dog.
I know, man. It Shedeur owes Isaiah something, man, for that trip there at the end of the game, man. He was 5 yards away. We all saw the hole open up. We're like, man, he's gonna get it, and man, he tripped him. But I won't hold Shedeur, too seriously. He was sick. He gets the benefit of the doubt. He was out there sick, a little banged up. Have you ever played like with the flu or anything like that? What does it take, man, to get out of bed and play like that when you're sick?
I don't think I ever been sick during the football season. Not where it's like bad. Yeah, I've been blessed to avoid them. Hey, now have I been sick just outside of football? Yeah, but I ain't really a person that gets sick just like that per se. It'll have to be something going on to like you get put around a bunch of kids and you ain't been around a bunch of kids, and then they hachoo, hey, hachoo, and then that. But most part, nah, man. I think it's the weather up there was because remember I told you when I came up there for the first few times, I was good. Yeah. But that USC game was kind of chill. I was like, hey, what y'all, Colorado, what you doing? And then next time I come back in October, I'm like, oh, my thumbs, oh, my feet. I need to go into the up stop. What? So I think that is what got him sick, really. Like you go from good weather to like bam. Hey, it's weather finna tear you up, boy. So I think that's really what got him.
And yeah, it's great because I think he played, man, one of the best games he has so far for Colorado, man. And he was sick. So if as long as he gets healthy, which I'm sure he will this week, and that sickness will run its course. We're gonna see Shedeur play his best football. And again, I really do feel like all these games are definitely winnable. And if we can come out there and dominate, man, who's to say we can't still find ourselves there in the possibility of sneaking into the CFP, depending on how some other things roll out. I think, again, the staff came out and said today, I think I saw in a well-off clip that, like truly how far you guys go, it's up to you guys. And we can make a case. If Florida State can make a case for just being so bad at the end of last year that, like, sorry, man, we can't do it. Let's make the opposite case, man. Let's make it undeniable. And I think that would be really freaking cool. No doubt about it. Like, what have you thought about the jobs of not only some of our coaches or our coordinators, Pat Shermer, Robert Livingston, any shout outs or anybody that you feel like you really want to give some props to at the assistant coach level as well?
I would lean with all of them, but if I really gotta go pick somebody, let's go with Coach Moore and his strength and conditioning crew, because at the end of the year, where once football season over, Coach Prime had to kind of back away from it and let the strength coaches, they end up being the head coach for you and tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Even though Prime them, I guess it's a new thing where they get to see everything, but still they can't really be hands on. So the strength coach them have to be hands on. So he kept them boys this healthy and this strong to go this far in the season. Because honestly, we could have been bowl eligible last year. Easy. In year one, that is showing how good Coach Prime was. But I think everything's setting up this year to make it like a wow. But you know what's crazy too? So I'm giving to the strength and conditioning crew. But you know what's crazy? I think next year we'll be even better. I know that sounds crazy, but I think next year we'll be even better than we are this year. Whatever we come out to be this year, I think we'll be even better next year. I believe they'll emphasize the run game even more, no matter who
Mm-hmm.
the quarterback is. I just think everybody will be done played together, and you have a more mature team going into next year. I think they're gonna be better next year than this year. I know that might
Yeah.
sound wild, but
No, man, I think with the amount of continuity that I think we'll keep, especially on the offensive line, like
yeah,
too, I think that that is going to be monumental. And again, having the opportunity to still bring in more talent at all these positions when the floor is
yeah,
higher. I mean, just the competition to start at some of these positions is going to be, um, you know, just as, if not even more difficult next year.
yeah,
And I think that while we had a great for instance, with the transfer portal, I think we had a
right,
great class this year, no doubt
yeah,
about it. And
yeah,
I think that with how we're finishing, I think that we could get an even better transfer portal
that's
class, and especially in that front seven. In that
yeah,
front seven, man, because we have a handful of guys that are probably going to go off to the NFL. Guys like Amari coming back, some of those
yeah.
other guys. But
Mhm.
we're sure going to need some more linebackers to come in here and compete, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna hit every spot almost, basically get everything again at all the
Mhm.
spots. But I think now, as the years keep going, we get to cherry pick more. Like, hey, okay, I only need this, this, and this. I want them guys right there. Hey, I want them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get that. So I think that's where we at now. Like we finna
Yes.
start cherry picking. We ain't just. I think that first wave was grab everybody you could. The second wave, hey, we now be more precise. This
Yes.
third wave is like, hey, we need this one, this one, this one, this one. I really think next year gonna be better than this year. And I know that's crazy because you ain't gonna have Shedeur, you ain't gonna have Travis, and yada 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 yada. But I just think it's gonna be better. I really
Yeah.
do.
Well, let's talk about that. Obviously, with cornerback and wide receiver, I think we're gonna be loaded there. We'll bring in some more guys, but I'm feeling great with Colton and DJ as those main two guys moving
Right.
forward. At quarterback, I assume we'll bring back the majority of the quarterback room outside of Shedeur this year, have those guys compete. But I'm feeling still very great about Julian Lewis after this weekend. I'm sure that there could be a um, potential for uh, like a high end quarterback transfer like Cam Ward,
I think we
a
gotta
talent like that to enter in, right?
Yeah, I think we gotta have a quarterback like that come in. You do. Like you gotta have a Shedeur coming from Jackson State in there. Or you gotta have a Cam coming from Washington State off in there. I think you got to have a guy that come in there that's just ready. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I done played that season I dominated. Like matter of fact, like LeJounte. See how LeJounte coming in there and he just don't miss a beat. Pop, pop, pop. They be getting it to him. So I think we're gonna have a quarterback that's from the group of five or the power four that's really, really like that. And I think that boy gonna come in and shine. I really do.
Well, that would definitely give us the best chance to just build significantly off of what has been a fantastic year. A fantastic
Yeah.
year. It's not even done yet. But man, it makes me sad, Colin. I don't, some of these guys coming in here, I don't want to see them go. I don't want to see them go yet. 1 or 2 years of some of these guys is not long enough, but hopefully, we'll see a lot of these guys who are coming in early, stick around for 3, 4 years. I'm excited just with the development, for instance, of Tajay McCoy in his second year. We're going to have some guys like that next year. I think Hank Zelinskis going into his third year, the strength program, like you pointed out, a lot of these guys that were brought in to start the 2023 season last year, they're going to be hitting that point of like, prime strength when they're ready to fully go out there and start dominating. Brandon Davis Swain, I will assume, he's going to have a big role for us next year. And, I can't wait to see how we build moving forward. But the running backs, they could all return next year, which I think is going to be a huge help.
I think they will. Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it. Yeah. Love and Liberty bringing up the idea here of Kyron Jones, from Virginia Tech, if I remember correctly. It's, I think there's going to be some high demand out here. We'll just have to see. Give me your take on Kyron Jones.
I just don't see him coming because why leave Virginia Tech? You the man, you know the playbook. Why come here? And I know everything you can say you could get here, but he the man at Virginia Tech. I ain't leaving that. I ain't leaving that. Because there ain't no quarterback battle over here. Over here, if he come, technically it's gonna be a quarterback battle. But at his school, ain't no battle. That's my spot. Bro, they know I'm the man here. Scouts know I'm the man. I don't think he coming. He could, but I don't think he coming.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's wrap up with this one question. Again, really appreciate your time, Colin. I'm sorry I got a hard stop here in a few minutes, but let's get to this question from Nathan. He says, David and Colin, who would you guys like to see take over as quarterback next year? Rather be it in-house or from recruiting? Are there any specific names on your mind right now, Colin? I don't want to spoil anything, if you got to hold back, but if you got a name, let's hear it.
I don't have no. I would love anybody on the roster to ball out and be him, or some of these. I didn't look at the Power 5 yet, but I looked at the Group of 5. It's some Group of 5 quarterbacks out there doing their thing, and I know one of them gonna want to come. It's probably a Power 5 quarterback I know gonna want to come. That's a certified proven. Now, our guys on the roster, they're not proven, which you got to get the opportunity to show you proven, but them guys proven at some of these Group 5 schools. So I think somebody gonna come in. Now, they still got a battle, but I think an outside guy coming in and ready to do what they do.
Yeah, I know that there's been fans in the chat that have brought this up this fall. The Tulane quarterback, a lot of fans really like him, which I think could be exciting. I haven't watched any of James Madison, but I feel like they've had a pretty good program recently, and like with Coastal Carolina, for instance, Grayson McCall had some really good years out there, then transferred to NC State. Now, some of the injuries and the concussions, kind of limited kind of where NC State was able to finish at, but they still had some nice showings with Grayson McCall, and I would be thrilled to go after a guy like that, and I'm sure I'll dive into it a little bit more as we see some official names jump into the portal. But I'll say this, man, I'm not a hater of any guy on the roster right now. I think, just like you said, Colin, they got to prove it. But I want to give CU the best chance possible to have the best quarterback play. If we bring in a transfer, a blue chip high school guy, that's great. If somebody like Staub or Ponder or, one of these other guys, Wade or, baby Cam Newton, I'm forgetting his name right now. If those guys end up beating those high end guys out, just like Hank Zelinskis or some of these other guys beat out the transfers that came in, let it be. But we cannot, we can't be content. We have to be loyal to getting the best play possible.
Correct. All day.
No doubt about it. Well, Colin, I really appreciate your time and being willing to hop on, so early in the week. I do have to wrap up, but let's connect next week and let the people know, man, what do you got going on this week during the bye week? Any special stuff come to the channel?
We probably gonna watch the what's this game called? The Texas Tech versus Iowa State. We probably gonna watch that game. And tomorrow, uh Peyton Craft. She's a alumni of Colorado. We're gonna do a show tomorrow. If everything goes right, we're gonna do a show tomorrow. She probably gonna end up being on your show too, eventually, I believe. But I bring on tomorrow, and she goes to the game. She gets some good footage. I'm like, dog, girl, you get some real good stuff. And she doing her thing, and she wanna make her run in this football world, and she's doing a great job so far. So tomorrow evening, I'll bring her on. So that's something new. And then on the weekend, maybe Sunday night, we supposed to have Philip Dukes come on. And you know, he gonna be talking about the recruiting and everything else going on. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Philip Dukes, are you kidding me? I saw him on Locked On today, which answers this question, VF. I mean, he said Colorado, they got that NIL money. So I imagine we're going to be in competition for a high-end transfer quarterback if we want to be. So I think that should be fun. So can't wait to check out those interviews, guys. Again, go follow Life in Football. Link is in the description. Please like and subscribe on the way out. I'm on my way, Colin, to almost 10,000. I'm like 1,200 away.
Congrats,
so
bro.
yeah,
You'll get that.
Yeah. We're gonna get it. But appreciate you as always. Again, guys, sorry I got to cut this short, but I got to get out of here. Have a great evening. Sco Buffs. All right, Colin. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Do your thing, big dog.
Thank you. God bless. I'll see you, man.
Yeah. All right.